Hey VC, Jack here. Welcome back to Vinyl Martini. Went to the record fair on Saturday. I'm going to show those records in just a second, but first I want to give some shout outs to several channels. The first is Ben. His channel is called The Vinyl Jukebox. Next is Sean. His channel is called Vinyl Sean. And lastly, it's Ken. His channel is Ken Morgan. So all these guys have probably less than 100 subscribers. They're just starting out. Maybe they're not just starting out, but less than 100. They deserve some more. I'm going to leave the links in the description below, etc., etc. And yeah, check them out. Give them a sub. Next up, Mike from MGK Boston sent me this lovely postcard. You can see it here. It's a Fairport Convention postcard. There's the lovely Sandy Denny there. And it is from the Unhalf Bricking period of their recording career. Nice little round stamp there. So thanks for that, Mike. I send Mike postcards from my travels around the world, and he is responding in kind. So thanks, Mike. Why don't we get to the records? Yes, like I said, the records fair was on Saturday. There was probably about 30 dealers. We got there right as the doors open, which is not a great strategy. I find that if you go for the last 2 hours, you'll find some tables that have 25% off, 50% off. Dealers are a little more willing to make some deals with you. But anyways, my buddy Reg, who I went with, is really anxious to get going. He hadn't been to a record fair in a while. He missed the last one, so we got an early start. We were there at about 20 to 10. The doors opened at 10 o'clock. So first record, the Climax Blues Band. This is a 1979 release. It's called Reel to Reel, recorded in Montserrat at Air Studios. A little bit lighter than their usual fare. Nice gatefold there, but in great condition. Like I said, I only have one Climax Blues Band record. I really liked it. They used to be called the Chicago Climax Blues Band. They changed their name because I think they were getting confused with a band from Chicago. So $5 for that. And a 1980 release from the same band. It's called Flying the Flag. Reading some online stuff, they're getting a little bit lighter here. This is a picture on the back. Looks like they're doing some yacht rock. 1980, I'm not surprised. But $5. Easy to decide to get those. Next up, I have a couple of Dave Edmond records. I have Rockpile, and I think it's his 1977 release. That's his picture with a blue frame around it. But I found 3 Dave Edmond records. Dave Edmond's, this one's called Twangin'. This is, sorry, let me see if I got the date here. No date. I'm gonna guess it's around 1979, Twangin'. Dave Edmond's Tracks on Wax. These are in great condition, by the way, and Dave Edmond's called DE7th. These were all $5, like I said, in great shape. I'm a Dave Edmonds fan. Of course, he worked with Nick Lowe, Elvis Costello, amongst others. Great session player, great guitar player. More in the rockabilly, old rock scene, basically. But pub rock, great guy, great guitarist. Next up, I've been looking for a David Allan Coe record for a long time. I don't know if this is the right one, but this is called Nashville. It's called Darlin', Darlin', 1985 release, produced by Billy Sherrill. David Allan Coe is he calls himself an outlaw. He's done some controversial songs, but happy to pick up. This is my first David Allan Coe record. Happy to pick this one up. I'll check it out and let you know what it's like. Some country. I was looking for some soul records. I think I mentioned either last video or the video before that. So I didn't find any dealers that had like a big soul section to go through. So I found these in the general stuff. Billy Preston, The Kids and Me. What's on here? Nothing from Nothing's on here. And he wrote You Are So Beautiful. Joe Cocker had a hit with that. Haven't listened to it yet, but the knock on this guy is that his records are a little uneven, that he's all over the place. Does some gospel, some soul, a little bit of rock, a little bit of electronic stuff. But he's a great keyboard player. Had a very troubled life. Billy Preston did. Of course, he was the fifth Beatle, maybe. I don't think the Beatles ever considered naming anybody the fifth Beatle, but that's just me. 1976 release from the Miracles. It's called The Power of Music. This is their last album on Motown Records. Went to Columbia after that and didn't have a very lengthy career. I think they were finished in about 4 years after this release. But again, $5 I think it cost me, so not an arm and a leg. Another $5 special, one of my guilty pleasures. This is Love Unlimited Orchestra. Rhapsody in White, Barry White's first record from 1973. Love Barry White. Fantastic soul, fantastic production, very lush. There's the Girls Love Unlimited. Really happy to find this. I'll grab a Barry White record whenever I see it. He's fantastic. This one is for all my friends in the UK, like Mike, PC31, Nick loves Slade. Who doesn't love Slade? Mike, Berkshire Mike, loves Slade as well. This is Slade in Flame, soundtrack to the film they did in do we have a date on here? Yes, we do, 1974. Slade did not travel across the water very well. I think they did 4 or 5 tours in the U.S., but never did great sales here, but I love them. I don't know. Hard rock, glam rock. I don't know what glam rock is. I guess if you put on platform shoes and you wear a little bit of makeup, you're a glam rocker. But Slade, I never see that a copy of that in half decent condition, but I found one, and I think it was $10, I think. So pretty well priced. I have never found a nice copy of this in all my years of looking. This is Bruce Springsteen in Nebraska. Probably a repress from, I don't know, maybe sometime in the 80s, but this one passed me by for some reason. And I see them once in a while really beat up and really pricey, but this one was $15, so adding it to my Bruce collection. Of course, his acoustic album that he recorded on a cassette deck or whatever. Everybody knows that. My first sensational Alex Harvey band. This one is Framed. I'm told this one is their best record. Alex Harvey is from Scotland, I think. Scottish rocker. Haven't listened to it yet, but I'm looking forward to giving this a spin. The sensational Alex Harvey band. And this one is from 1973. It's on Vertigo, not The Swirl. Dave Mason's first album, released on Blue Thumb. This is just the black copy. Some of them were pressed on marble vinyl. This is not, but Dave Mason, Late of Traffic. He was in and out of Traffic a number of times, but some great songs on here. Only You Know and I Know. You Shouldn't Have Took More Than You Gave. Look at You, Look at Me. Great record. And he's got great lineup on here. Leon Russell, Jim Capaldi, Chris Etheridge, Carl Radle, Larry Netzel, John Barbata, Delaney and Bonnie, Alone Together on Blue Thumb Records. Next up is a guy called Alan Price. Alan Price used to be the keyboard player from the Animals. This is a 1977 release, just called Alan Price. I've got a couple of Alan Price records. They're pretty good. He did the soundtrack to Oh Lucky Man, starring Malcolm McDowell. Great movie. Yeah, so I don't know anything about this. Blind buy, $5. And I've got a couple of his records, so I thought it'd be worthwhile picking that up. Next up, Pete Shelley, and the album is XL1. This is Pete Shelley's second album. Pete Shelley, of course, from the Buzzcocks. His first record, I think, was more of an electronic piece, and this is electronics with guitar. And the two big songs, I think, were Telephone Operator and Millions of People, No One Like You. Different different track listings from the British version, but I picked this up for $10. I never see anything by the Buzzcocks or Pete Shelley, so I was happy to find a nice copy of this. I'm a big Bebop Deluxe fan, and this is called The Best Of and the Rest of Bebop Deluxe. And it is a best of, and they do, there are 5 songs that were reworked from their last record, which name is escaping me now. And there are 3 new songs on this. But like I said, I love the Bebop. This is a double gatefold. Looking forward to listening to the new tracks on this and the reworkings. Coming up to the end, folks. Picked up a copy of Turn, 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 Bird's second record. Lineup here is Jim McGuinn, who later changed his name to Roger. Gene Clark is on here, David Crosby, Chris Hillman, and Mike Clark. Gene Clark left the band after they recorded this. Got some great songs on here. Of course, Turn, Turn, Turn. Set You Free this time. Bob Dylan's Lay Down Your Weary Tune. Satisfied Mind. The Times They Were Changing. And Wait and See. Love the Byrds. I've just used to have their greatest hits for the longest time, and I was satisfied with that. But I picked up a copy of one of their records very cheap a couple of years ago, and I just love these guys. In my collection that I just bought, I picked up a copy of Ballad of Easy Rider. That's a fantastic record. So I am going to become a completist in the Byrds, I think. Love them. Country rock, jangly pop, whatever you want to call them. And the last record I have to show is a band that I never see their records here. And this is a band that are well loved in the UK, and this is the House Martins. This is a comp, and the album is called That's What I Call Quite Good. And I must say that I put one of these discs on the turntable the other night after a long day and night of listening to records, and I was slightly underwhelmed. I couldn't figure it out, and I thought, boy, I made a mistake buying this. But I put on the first and the second side the other day, and I was actually gave it a really good listen, and I was quite impressed. This is going to be a bit of a grower. I thought, when I first heard it, I thought, oh no, these guys are like Mumford and Sons 1. And I'm not a big Mumford and Sons fan. If you are, that's fine. It's just not for me. But anyways, this is going to be a grower. I'm going to keep this out. I'm going to keep on playing it and give it a deeper listen. So yeah, I think this is going to work out just fine. The House Martins, of course, they only were together for 3 years, only released 2 records. And like I said, people in the UK, my friends in the UK, they go crazy over this band. They love the House Martins, so I'll give them another chance. So there you have it. That's what I got at the record fair. Probably about 15 records or so I spent. This was, by the way, this one was the most expensive record I bought. This was $20. So that's part of the reason why I was quite disappointed when I played it, I think. One of the reasons I was, but like I said, I am going to listen again. So that's all I got, about 15 records. Spent about $140, $145. So I thought that was pretty good. I am going to Vancouver next week, do some painting at my daughter's house. And while I'm there, I'm going to visit one of my favorite record stores in the mainland, and I will have more to show you in about a week or so. So until then, have a great weekend, and I will see you later. Cheers, guys.